Hi there. So I'm here to not talk to you about fish today. Today I'm going to be talking to you about organs. And I live in a rural agricultural area, and one of the things that we have a lot of is tongue. And typically when you eat tongue, most people eat tongue as lingua in tacos, but I wanted a sandwich, and usually I would pickle it, but I'm going to do at least 2 sandwiches and probably a noodle bowl. So I went ahead and just boiled the tongue for 4 hours, and I'll show you that the skin comes off of it. So we're gonna go ahead and start. So what I have here is our beef tongue. It's a local beef tongue from where I live. It is, can you see that? It's grass fed. You can usually have your butcher order it for you. And I have a bowl here with some vinegar and salt, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna clean it up, and I'm probably gonna let it sit in here for 10 minutes before I put it in a pot. If you want to do onions or bay leaf, sort of whatever you're going to be using it for after, that's a good idea. I also have this nail brush that I bought. It was like $1 and a soap container that I keep it in. And this is just, I have one for meat and I have one for produce. If the tongue hasn't been cleaned up really good, I'm going to clean it up. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do that right now. So this is the tongue. It's been boiling for about 3 hours. I had jabbed it quite a bit with the fork, which if you want for sandwiches, don't do, because it'll cause these kind of holes there, which are kind of a little unsightly. It's still great. It's going to be great for tacos. Sorry, the sun is super bright in my house right now, and I have a skylight right over here. You can sort of tell, so this is the tip. It comes out of the cow, and it's kind of hard to tell, but it has more fibrous bits, so like when you shred it for tacos, it's a little different. As you move into the middle section of the tongue, there starts being I don't know if it's gristle. Some people call it gristle, some people call it fat. I definitely ate this as soon as it was done. This is going to be for the noodle bowl. Sorry, it's out of focus. And you see all this? This is this sort of delicious, it's not, it doesn't quite taste like connective tissue to me. It tastes really fatty when it's hot and it melts. See, we have that nice and thin for our noodle bowl. So just letting you know, if you don't tear it all up like you do normally for tacos, be aware that different cuts of the tongue might taste differently or have a different type of texture. So I did try to make bread for this, and well, you really need to let fresh bread sit 12 hours. And the first kind I made didn't come out, and I made Dutch Crunch and it didn't come out either. So I bought some bread. Now, that doesn't quite look appeasing. I am sorry about that. This is a French roll, and I have taken out the top of the bread because, too much. It slices a boiled tongue, and I've seared it in butter after I cut it. It was cold. We have a layer of butter, some mustard, some sauerkraut, and this is traditionally the way I would eat a tongue sandwich. Go ahead and take a bite. I hope I don't die on this bread. I really like lingua, so, or tongue. I like tongue however I have it. So when you boil the tongue for this long, it becomes very soft, and it's tasty. Normally in New York or someplace, when you get a tongue sandwich, it's like, it's like an inch or two of really thinly sliced tongue. No place I live here doesn't have that. So I did leave cheese off, because I'm going to be eating cheese on other sandwiches. So I thought, but this is that IPA hazy mustard, the Now, to have a sandwich, technically 50% of the sandwich is supposed to be meat. Well, I'm just going to take out bread out of the sandwich till I get to that ratio because, you know, even though I bought a full tongue and I'm making multiple things with it, I cannot eat 2 inches of just tongue, maybe on one kind. Go ahead and take another bite. So I put some butter down. Munster would be super good on this if you like mustard and some tongue. I did notice this tongue is different. It's a local grass tongue, grass-fed beef tongue. I'm not sure if it was completely bled right. I did take out some of the under tongue muscle after I cooked it because it didn't taste bad, but it tasted more like how beef liver tastes instead of tongue. I must have missed a little bit on a piece, but it's still really good. It's not a bad type of tongue. There is, though, as we talked about, as you move through different sections of the tongue, there can be more, I don't know if it's connective tissue or fat. When you look on the internet, there's kind of both. I mean, you would think it's connective tissue because it's back there, but when I cleaned up the tongue, there was some fat underneath each side that I trimmed out. But it's good. It's not difficult because it was cooked the right amount of time. But I think warming it up makes it more fatty and buttery than like if you left it cold, it might be kind of chewy, which is also why people, you know, mince it up when they make lengua tacos, is you have that little mince because the way the tissue goes in the tongue, they're sort of long this way. And when you chop it up, you've got just really tender little pieces. This is a good sandwich. We're gonna try the torta next and we'll see how that turned out. Hi, I'm back with you again. We're gonna go ahead and make our sauce for our Mexican torta, which is, go ahead and turn this around. I haven't figured this quite out yet. So we have butter, flour, and California chili powder. We're gonna go ahead and cook this in a roux. And when it cooks down, I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 cups of chicken stock, a small can of tomato paste, and some bouillon. Hi, I'm back with the torta. So, I didn't go to the Mexican bakery, and I should have went to the Mexican bakery and got the correct kind of bread. But I was being lazy, and it was taking more time than I wanted it to. So I went to Winco, and they had this. And this isn't like terrible, but like, you know, ammonium chloride. Okay, I don't eat this kind of bread at all. Hi beans. So this is Tolera rolls. They didn't have any like boleros, but I found this one at Safeway. It kind of looks like a hamburger bun, but it was the same thing. There's like a characteristic, like, can you sort of see 2 or 3 stripes that they have on like Tolera bread. This one is prettier, but it is not like as soft as, it's not as soft as the Winco kind. So we'll see. I still have maybe 2 more sandwiches I'm going to try to get to. I might have to cut this off this camera, but the sauce, the California sauce is pretty good. Let's go ahead and try this. I have butter on the bottom. I was going to buy cojita, and I thought it would be too salty, so I got Fresco, and then after talking to someone, I should have got cojita. So, hi beans. I know. It's okay. You get some tongue. Hold on. Let's go ahead and try this without looking like. So, did I finish telling you? I have queso fresco, the tongue that I've simmered in the Colorado sauce, and then I put avocado on top because I don't eat lettuce. It's be good with onions, but sometimes when I eat onions raw with certain meats, this does not go well. So let's see. That's very good, beans. This sauce is really good. I don't know if I would eat this in tacos. Like, I like salsa verde in tacos or green sauces, but it's a very light spice. It's tomatoey, but the tongue has a great texture for this. The bread tastes good. I have terrible teeth, so like tough bread is hard for me. Missing the avocado and the cheese altogether. I gotta try to take another bite, but I did put butter on it. You get that salty beefiness. It's very beef. It doesn't have the texture like potted meat, but it's not as tough as like tough meat. So like if you had terrible teeth, this would be good for you. It's not too mushy. If you sear it in butter or something before you cook it, it definitely helps the texture a little bit. It tastes, I mean, it really is tasty. This is something if you're looking for a versatile way to have a meal all week. Really not queso fresco. Queso fresco is the wrong cheese, but it's still good. It has a fresh taste with the avocado and the tongue. It's really quite good. Well, we're now back, and I have my noodle bowl with my tongue, turnip, cilantro, fish cake, egg, seaweed. The green onions were messed up, and I would have liked to try some mustard leaf, but I couldn't find any. So we're going to go ahead and try this ramen bowl. So this is with a shoyu broth, and it has some nori seaweed because I had some. Really couldn't make up my mind here. Kind of Mexican Latin with the turnip and the cilantro, but then I don't know, I feel like it took an Asian turn with the eggs and seaweed and fish cake. I don't really know what I was doing here. Turnip's good. It's just shoyu broth. I feel like a cilantro broth would have, if you wanted more of a one culture over another sort of taste. I don't know. It was really more about trying to use the tongue in a noodle bowl. Get that. Oh no, I dropped it. What are you eating? Don't eat anything. It's been a long day trying to make all this. Kind of hasn't gone as planned. I did have liver, but I don't think that worked out. It's going to be another video. And Beans is sitting here licking his tongue at the idea of this. feel like the next time I have a craving for tongue, I'm just going to go ahead and make a noodle bowl. This is the back of the tongue I was explaining to you. I'll try to hold up a piece. It's not, I don't know, it's not connective tissue. It's not fat. It's like probably some kind of gland or something, but it's cooked tender, so the meat's tender, and then when you sear it on the stove, it just melts, and then you put it in your mouth, and it just melts in your mouth. And this is in the shoyu broth, so it definitely, it brings something to that beefiness that our sandwiches just didn't have. Let's go ahead and try the ramen, since last time I did not like my ramen bowl. It's good. The shoyu definitely makes this taste better than the miso bowl I had last time. Wish there was more vegetables. Eggs are always good. I just ate the cilantro with the egg. That's really good. Don't know what I really could have done for more vegetables. I don't like carrot. The bok choy is okay. I like I said, I think some mustard leaf would have tasted good with this because it's a spicy combination. This is so good. This was suggested to me I should do some rice noodles. I don't love rice noodles. Maybe I should have done the mung because the meat is just so filling, so rich, so fatty, so satisfying. You got the saltiness of this broth. Seaweed's probably going to be too much of the saltiness, but we'll try it. Ooh. It's good. It's not bad. It's just very of the sea when the rest of this dish is of the land. Fish cake's good. I don't know. It's just something with this. I don't think I would have wanted spinach, or I don't know. I'm on this quest to find out what are kind of some different vegetables that people eat in this that are available in the United States. Because there's a Japanese seed company that they mainly sell Japanese seeds, and I've definitely looked at that, but they don't say, you know, put it in a ramen bowl. This is so much more satisfying than my tempura bowl. Can't tell. It's sort of under a confusion of what sort of inspiration it is. But it's still good. It's much better than the last bowl I had. Okay, one more bit of the I'm lacking in dexterity here on this. Nope, it just doesn't wanna, it's a paper thin piece of tongue, and I'm trying to hold it up. Can't quite see it, but see how some of it's sort of it's just so good. There's just something when you eat certain cuts of meat, certain organ meats, they're really, really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this bowl, and then we'll wrap up what we talked about. Hi there. Okay, we're gonna wrap up. Thanks for eating with me today. It's a little not as planned, so I'm gonna be more flexible with what I try to plan. But tongue is delicious. We all already knew this. I like the torta better. I kind of wish my liver had turned out better, but I think that's just going to be a whole nother episode. So tongue is a good bet. Do try to get it locally though. Just because, you know, it's the inside of the mouth. You don't really know what you're getting. I mean, you do know what you're getting, but you want a certain thing. I feel like I don't have any additional resources for you this week because so many of my books talk about cooking organs.